Welcome to the channel. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Yes, we are back again for another video on the 1111 AliExpress sale. So I've done two videos already. I've done the biggest savings on San Martin watches. I've also done the new watches, 8 new watches that you've got, and the next list is going to be 15 budget watches. I mean, a lot of these watches are cheap anyway, but with this AliExpress sale, I'm pretty positive they subsidize some of that as well, because it's difficult to see how these brands make profit with such incredible savings. So as they are 15 watches, there's not going to be too much waffling. I'm just going to let you know everything on a need to know basis. And we do have one more list which I want to cover, which is best watches of 2023. These are all watches I've had my hands on, except maybe one, and those are 13 of those, so stay tuned to see those as well. Okay, so let's start off this budget list. And yeah, I mean, these are well around the £100 mark basically, and some of them being very cheap. So the first one, we're going to start off with a classic, right, from Pagani Design. We all know everything about this watch. I mean, I featured it on my last list, but in terms of, you know, being a budget priced watch, usually £73, it's gone to £64.52, which is, you know, a great saving. And these are very popular. I mean, just from this store, they've sold 285. If you add it up to all the other stores, they've sold in the hundreds. So next on the list is one from Berny. Now, I haven't reviewed this piece, but I've seen a lot of reviews on it, and to be honest, looking at the stats here, 4.9 rated, 200 reviews, right? These are a high amount of reviews versus 700 plus sold. You know, 4.9 is a high rating. So this is a quartz watch. As well as being quartz, it's full titanium, and it was £52, and in the sale you get it for an even more reduced price at £42, and that is silly now. I mean, how do you sell something so cheap? And you've also got a whole range of colors to choose from. Of course, we know it's homaging a Seiko, which is already budget friendly as it is, but I see there's definitely an appeal to this to the customer base, because again, 700 orders, and you get it on a bracelet as well. So full titanium, wow, it's crazy with the sapphire crystal as well. Come on guys, just resetting everything that we know. So £42 on a strap and £47.90 on a bracelet. Next up, we've got Tandorio. I recently did a review on this, and they did catch me off guard. I was surprised how good they really are. I didn't really rate them in the beginning, but with this particular one, it is good. Obviously, watch out for water resistance. And just a note on this, that the Heimdallr bracelet does actually fit the Tandorio. So you could save a lot of money if you just buy the bracelet from Heimdallr and slap it on one of these. And in sale, that is at £62, which, I mean, they're cheap enough as it is. And if we add the PT5000 in this, it's at £86, so even better value for money. Next up is one of my favorite Pagani Design watches. This is the homage to the Speedmaster 57, and the Speedmaster 57 is my favorite watch from Omega. And this is priced at, I mean, there's no change, but it's relatively cheap. I think this is cheaper than it was when I reviewed it. So you're looking at £46 for such a really well made watch with some really nice dial colors as well. I had, you know, literally no issues with this watch, and it's really good from Pagani Design. Next up is Addiesdive. Again, I reviewed this piece. It's a quartz watch with a mineral glass Quartz GMT. I was really shocked at how good the build quality was from Addiesdive at such a cheap price. And in the sale, you do save a bit. From £59, it goes down to £56. You also get like a coupon for £20 off if you spend over £166. So you could buy a fair few watches. You know, if you wanted to get a few budget watches that you've had your eye on, you could definitely do this. Now, one thing to know about this, why I've put this particular link in, the one I reviewed was the 14 Lume, which was very yellow, almost like an amoxicillin sort of color. But you can see here the dial markers are white and the handset is white, and that looks way better than the one I checked out. And again, this is highly rated. Out of 100 sold, near enough 32 reviews at 4.9. So this is definitely a good purchase at £56. Next up, we've got another quartz from Addiesdive. As I said, going back to my previous point, you could pick up a few Addiesdive watches if you wanted. Again, I think it's mineral glass with a quartz movement. There has been a sort of rise from you guys asking for quartz watches. And with this particular watch, you do have a few nice colors as well. You've got this textured dial, sort of like a sand dune dial. Great looks as well, because what I like about these watches is the hour markers and the handset. This Dauphine hand gives it a very classy look. So almost like a, you know, really good sports watch. You've also got milled clasp at this price, 36mm. It's incredible. The price on sale will be £52, which isn't too far away from the current price of £56. Again, highly rated watch, so this is a really great pick. Moving up to two Cadisens, I've featured these on previous sale videos, and why not add it to this one? So Cadisen, this vintage homage. I mean, it's similar to the one that San Martin do, complete with faux rivet links, etc. It was made really well. I think for the price of £73, there's nothing else close, and it's not that far off something a bit more premium. They've done a really good job. Of course, it's a NS35 movement with a dateless dial, so you will get a ghost position. But it fits really well. So going back to the review, I can recall I was pleasantly surprised by this. There wasn't that many issues with it. There were definitely no deal breakers with this watch, and it also comes with a vintage aluminium bezel insert, which is really important. Okay, so moving on to another Cadisen. This is the 6-2 Mass Homage. A decent clasp on it. I mean, I don't like it as better as some of the others, but you know, it works. Highly rated, 500 plus sold, 176 reviews on it, giving it an overall rating of 4.8. So this is tried and tested. And again, similar to the previous retro diver, they did do really well with this. So this is under £50, right, on sale with the NS35 38mm diver. So that's again incredible value for money with the full bracelet. Okay, moving on up is one of my personal favorites. This is one from Seestern. Now, this is also a choice deal, but it's also on sale on November 11/11. This is the 600t homage, one of the best watches made, full stop. Seestern did amazingly well when they made this. This is a V3 with slightly bigger hands. It's had all the previous improvements. I mean, every aspect of this watch is incredible. The bracelet is superb. The whole case finish, I mean, we know it's homaging a particular watch, but the execution was phenomenal on this. So on point. And I believe you also get illuminated date wheel. So there's incredible value for money on offer here. And with this price of £98 on the sale, this is the best value for money watch out there, hands down, because it's everything is there, right? The amazing build quality, the bezel is great, the lume is great, the looks are stunning. Even the color options you've got, it's very difficult to choose, you know, the right color. You've got a steel bezel insert, you know, with all the dial colors that you can see. You've also got a black ceramic insert. This is one of my personal favorites, the orange on black. But again, you can see everything else looks just as good. So yeah, I'm gonna get myself a V3 anyway, because the previous one I had sold, and I actually want one of these in my collection because it's just so different to, you know, a lot of the watches that we see. £103 at point of sale on November 11/11. Incredible. 500 plus sold, 131 reviews, giving it a high rating of 4.8 with all the specs. So definitely check this one out, guys. If you haven't got one of these, trust me, you can hear me when I'm telling you. I really recommend this watch. Next up is one from Sugess, a bit of a classic. It's been out for a while. Price has gone down to £120 in the sale. We know what it's homaging. It's got the swan neck version of the ST1901 V2 with sapphire. It's 40mm, just a touch large, but it fits well. And it comes with a really nice leather strap, and of course a whole host of different colors. They've had some new colors since it was released, very vibrant choices, and it also comes with the option of one of these super soft silicone straps. I mean, I'll definitely get this strap because I use these straps on so many different watches, the rubber straps that they use. So yeah, incredible value for money for £120. Okay, so let's move on to the next one up. Now, Heimdallr, I did a post on this one on my community page. £78 for a Heimdallr Monster. I mean, you guys saw the hype when these first came out. They are so good. It's crazy, ridiculous. You do have a few different color options. I really like the frost and the snow versions, but you could go for this PVD bezel with the blue texture dial, sorry, or you could go for the classic orange. It's got the Gen 3 hour markings, day date, and yeah, it's so well built. It's really scary, and £78. So again, you can't go wrong with this. Next up is, and you got to notice a lot of these are classics, as I said, tried and tested. This particular Pagani I did not have in hand, but I've seen all the reviews and this was a major hype. Version 2 with the longer hands at £46, guys, for the sapphire and an NS35. It's ridiculous, and from what I could tell from the reviews, it is really well built. The case finishing is awesome. The bracelet is okay for the price, and you know, this is something they've done really well. I'm not sure about the lume, if they have lume on there, but you know, the lume can't be that good. We know that from Pagani Design. They've established that now. But yeah, great colors and great looks. So this is definitely worth considering, and it's the 38mm version as well, so it's gonna have a perfect fit. £46, you know, you can't argue with that. Very, very cheap. And you know, you'll notice with this list that even though they're cheap, none of the watches are actually crap or rubbish. I don't like to recommend rubbish, which is why you won't see some of the watches. So only the watches which I think are good, with, you know, minimal problems or minimal issues, and any issues that they do have are very subjective. So next up is, we have to bring in the Steeldive SD1970. Over 1,000 pieces sold, near enough 500 reviews, super high rating of 4.8. I mean, this just gets cheaper year by year. Do you agree? I mean, you've got black, blue, green, odd up for the black, the classical look. And yeah, NS85 sapphire ceramic. It's got bicolor lume on there. The lume's great. I'm not a fan of the bracelet. They have upgraded the clasp, by the way, if you wanted this. But I like these on waffle or tropical straps. But £53.36. Again, guys, speechless, right? This is ridiculous. Back when I first reviewed this 3 years ago, it's one of my first videos on YouTube on this. This was £120 to £130, as far as I can remember. But now £53. You know, they just keep getting cheaper and cheaper. Next up, another one from Seestern. This is the 300t homage, and on sale it's £120, which it's a bit more than the 600t, and I think the 600t is a better watch, but it's still really well built. I think the latest version has slightly thicker handset than this. You do have the option of a loomed date and of course a loomed pip, but with this version 3 you also have a new dial color, which is why I put this watch up. You now have Aventurine, which is a man-made sort of glass mineral dial, starry dial, and it looks good. I mean, it's a really high quality dial on there, and you've also got the army style dial set there, of course, as the mop, which is just a bit more, but yeah, incredible watch. And I think from the comparison I did, this was the best one. Now the last one is the Pagani Design Ranger. Now, sure, I did a three-way comparison on this with the other Ranger homages available at that time, and while there were aspects of this I really liked, but overall I think, I can't remember what I went for now, but judging by the comments you guys gave, a lot of you people actually love this watch from Pagani Design. So from this particular store, it's 96 sold, highly rated as well, and you know, from £50 it goes down to £46.50. So for under £50 you're getting, again, sapphire, you know, a nice dial as well. I think it's an enamel dial, so you get a really deep black behind it. Good handset on there as well, and of course those classical looks. I mean, this is still a 36mm Explorer style case, let's bear that in mind, but there's a lot of things which people did really like about this watch. Also the top hat sapphire crystal. So yeah, £46.50, you know, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, this is the last watch on the recommendations. Please check them out. There's some incredible savings to be had. You could this sale buy 2, 3, 5 watches if you wanted to, and still, you know, not lose money like that. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always, and I will see you on the next video.